NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. Threat protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
Ready to hop in the 6-4 and cruise around the blocks? There's a storm coming to the underworld and the heat is on. Take over the blocks and call the shots. It's time to hustle or get hustled. What's it gonna be? Stay sharp. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Don't let them catch you slipping. Only real gangsters thrive in the...
Hi everybody, welcome to the December update for Conceal.network. Conceal Network is a privacy-focused cryptocurrency. Their coin is CCX, it's a proof-of-work coin, and this is a regular town hall that I do every month with them to give the community an update on what's been happening with Conceal Network. Conceal Network is also a member of the Blockchain Privacy, Security and Adoption Alliance, along with Fero and Pirate Chain and Sentinel and many others. And I'll have the links to BPSA below this video and also links to Conceal Network. And I recently did a video where Conceal Network met Fero, met Pirate Chain. And I do invite you to check that out so you can compare the three different privacy cryptocurrencies. Okay, and with me we have CryptoX, who's the team lead, and also Tegas, who's head of development or the development lead. And we're going to be getting an update on what's been happening in the last month. Hey guys, thank you so much for making yourselves available. Oh, by the way, I'm Crypto Rich. Forgot to say that. I'm Crypto Rich, and please follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT. Join my official Telegram announcements channel, and subscribe to my work on Odyssey. I'll provide those links as well. Okay, CryptoX. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, thank you very much, Crypto Rich. And so in terms of updates about Conceal Network, we had hard fork recently on 18th of November. Everything went smoothly. There was several improvements and bug fixes on the code, and it was quite successful. This last fork, everything went smooth, exchanges, mining pools, no issues at all. And we ended up with a stronger core. And besides that, we managed to reimburse 95% of the people affected by the cloud incident.
Okay, CryptoX, hold on one second. CryptoX, hold on one second. Before we come to that, when did the hard fork happen, and why did you do the hard fork?
We did hard fork because we detected we have a deep code audit by our team, and massive, that we've been working for months, and we detected a couple of vulnerabilities that someone called abuse. So our main aim, it was to make sure we fix them and that no one abused them. And we successfully updated the code, patched the code, and we needed that fork to make sure there is no way of abuse. Those vulnerabilities were sorted out.
Right, and when did the hard fork happen?
18th of November, so right. Almost 1 month.
And if
4 weeks ago.
And if people haven't done anything with their CCX, it's just locked away in a wallet or anything, is there anything they need to do?
No, they just needed to update their software.
Right.
And nothing else. So, and we took this opportunity to make several improvements that have been in the draw for a while. So it was a massive update. And hopefully fortunately everything went well, no issues at all, and we have a stronger network and more reliable wallets now. We had a few issues with our cloud service. That was a semi-centralized wallet. Like we have shared in a previous episode, previous streaming with you, we are scrapping totally anything centralized. So we invest the time in a web wallet, totally serverless, It runs on user's device, or users can run it as well directly from GitHub. So, and that's the path. So it's totally defined. We are sticking to our 4 pillars: decentralization, censorship resistance, privacy preserving technologies, and social inclusion. So we needed a wallet that anyone is able to run in any device. And this web wallet fits exactly in what we were looking for. So even in let's say even in a basic device, and a basic Android, a smart TV, anyone could run that web wallet, and it runs directly from GitHub. So there is nothing you need to install. You don't need to change the browser. It's compatible with most of the browsers, and any user on mobile or even desktop could add it to the desktop or the background or the home in the case of the iPhone. So it's prepared to be a web-based application that you can run directly from the web. And yeah, we made several improvements, and it's part of our roadmap to keep improving our products and make them more user-friendly. And in this wind of change, we as well decided to make some improvements in the website. It's not a complete rebranding yet, but we try to be more consistent across different platforms, keeping the same branding, and make the user experience more friendly. And it was a good month, definitely on that matter.
Great. And do you want to go on to? I know you mentioned about the reimbursement, but given what you were talking about, do you want to talk about the wallets, the improvements on the wallets?
Yes, of course.
Next.
So before we have this new web wallet, we were using cloud services to make to have at least one version of the wallets more user friendly. So these ones they are non-custodial. The users have their own private keys, but it was a service based on a server. It's the main difference from this new wallet. This new wallet is totally serverless, doesn't need server or internet, can run, if the user downloads the code from GitHub, he can run it directly from his device. And it only connects to a remote node, but it's totally encrypted, totally safe. And we had an incident where someone has been able to bypass several layers of security after a crash of the system, and they managed to bypass the firewall and run some code and drain funds. Later on, we have been able to trace the hacker, not because of our chain, but because he used a centralized service to achieve that attack. And after reaching him, we asked him to return the funds, and he returned everything unless the 110,000 CCX that he has dumped in an exchange. So we managed to recover more than 90, I believe 93% of the funds that have been stolen, and we started the action plan to reimburse every user affected. We have thousands of users on that service, and we managed to reimburse to raise an action plan to reimburse everybody. And 95% of the users affected already did the form, a totally anonymous form, and there is no personal private data. And basically the user just need to let us know the address affected, the transaction hash, and from there we can validate all the data and proceed with the reimbursement. We are already on the third phase that we reserve for the last minute claims. because some users might have been distracted or might have been away from their computer or from our community for a while. So in total, we have we gave 90 days for users to make their claims. And we successfully reimburse already, as I said, 95%, and we expect a few more users in these couple of weeks. And the feedback regarding the new wallet was quite good. And the positive side of this incident, besides we have been able to recover almost 100% of the funds stolen, it was creating awareness for the need of decentralized services. And we have hundreds of users trying our desktop wallet for the first time. And the desktop wallet is the strongest wallet, Conceal wallet you can have. You can run your own node, participate in the network, and the level of anonymity and security is much higher than using any other wallet. And that's the positive side, that awareness and the increase in the user base of nodes. We could check it on the stats of the nodes running, like we have increment of nodes around the world, even during these markets that is we are
In the bear market,
bear
yes.
market where people lose most of the interest in crypto, and we have like an increment of people running Conceal nodes. So nothing
well.
new here.
Hold on,
And,
CryptoX, hold on a second, because you've said quite a lot, right? I just want to say something. Is there a deadline for people to get the reimbursement?
Yes, 18th of December.
18th of
It's
December.
precisely, yes,
Okay,
precisely.
so people need to move quickly, because we're recording this on the Tuesday, the
Yes.
13th of December. So by the time this goes
Yeah.
out, you'll have even less time. So
Yeah.
how should they get in touch? Through Telegram, Discord, one of the admins?
Mainly Discord. The
Okay.
links have been shared across social media, and there is a full article on Medium to guide the users. And yeah, they have more 5 days to do it. I believe that this Sunday is the deadline to fill the form. There is a form on CryptPad, totally
Okay.
totally anonymous. So there is no, even the IP, we don't get IPs, nothing. It's a known service via cypherpunk community in France. So it's totally anonymous, the form.
Okay. And then hold on, Cryptos, because there is other stuff we want to cover. We can also, people can find out through the Discord. Stuff has been sent
Yes.
out. There's the Medium article. I'll link to that. Well, that people can get through that through the Conceal Network website. And also, with regards to the wallets, they can find out all the different wallets that are available on Conceal.network, which is the website for Conceal Network.
Yes,
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
And anything, people feel free like to approach the team on Telegram and Discord, because other channels, we have mainly people working on the marketing team, so they could get a faster support if they go directly to our web desk, or otherwise it will be better to follow Telegram or Discord. These are the two main channels for the community, where even if a team member is not available, even the community could help each other finding the official information quickly. So yes, 5 more days, and there is not much people left. I believe shall be less than 20 people that haven't claimed their funds. And is a small amount compared what have been reimbursed already.
Yes.
But still, yeah, they have on their own right to claim those funds.
Well, good.
And
Okay. Well, good for you good for the whole team for working this out.
yeah.
So we've done the cloud reimbursement. We've done the hard fork. Anything else you want to say about wallet improvements?
Wallet improvements, I talked about the web wallet. It's
Yeah.
our latest product, totally serverless and decentralized. So
And that
on the
can
desk,
be accessed through the Conceal Network website.
yes, there are links on the website.
Yep.
They just need to go to apps, and there is a Conceal web wallet link. And if I can give you the address is wallet.conceal.network.
Great.
And they can go directly to the new web wallet.
Great.
As in any other wallet, crypto wallet, users should back up their private keys or seed phrase straight away.
Sure.
And keep it in a safe place. And it's being, we're still developing it and making some improvements. There are a few features we still need to add to make it at the same level as our other wallets, but it's quite reliable at the moment, and it's being fresh air for a lot of users that aren't able, due to the nature of their devices or slow internet connections, and have no other chance to run a Conceal wallet. So with this wallet, they don't need to have a local node. They still have a local wallet running on their devices, but it uses remote nodes. So it's user-friendly, simply to use, and very light for the devices.
Great.
On the desktop, we have done several improvements as well. And I think later Tegos can talk about developments. But if I'm not wrong, we have at least 5 improvements in the web wallet, few bug fixes, and we tried to improve the speed of scanning the chain, and a few more things. And
Great.
as well,
we should find out when we get to that with
yes.
Tegas. Okay, why don't we do that now? Tegas, do you want to let us know about developments?
Yes, just a second. Okay, so regarding the web wallet, we just had the code done for the API. So one of the reasons we want that is, as 0x said, the problem, well, not the problem, but the cloud wallet was very user-friendly because we had Conceal app built around it. So users had a nice and very intuitive, easy GUI interface, graphical user interface, that they could interact with the cloud. So what we want to do, we don't want to throw away all the work that was put into the Conceal app, because the Conceal app was supposed to be a single point where all our products are available in an easy manner, because this is important for adoption and for users that are not so tech savvy, so they don't know what blockchain is, or don't want to put a lot of work into having a secure way to transfer money or to send messages or anything. So now the idea is, because we lost that, as there is no more cloud, we want to expose the API for the web wallet, so we will be able to then connect the Conceal app to use, instead of the cloud, to use the web wallet internally. So the users will still use the same Conceal app with the same graphical user interface when this will be available, but they will not interact with the cloud anymore. Instead, everything will run locally on their computer. Basically, they will be using the web wallet, but with a more polished graphical user interface and with more features in the later stages. This will still take some time. We need to test it first, then we need to rewire all the graphical interface, all the functions to the new API. And the next steps then will be to add the messaging and deposits, or Conceal Earn, as we now call it. We need to add this to the web wallet, because web wallet, because everything runs in the browser, or basically on the client side. we need to port complete code for that features to the client side, to the new code base we're using for the web wallet. So that again will take some time. But this is the plan. So in the end, the result will be that the users will have the same Conceal app that they are used to, and that they were using in the past. But everything will run on their local devices. So no more centralized services or servers or anything.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you for that. Anything else in the development side you want to let us know about?
As 0x also mentioned, we had a hard fork that was already discussed, so
Yep.
I won't go into. Let's just say, if anybody is interested in the details, they can ask us, but anyone can also check the GitHub and see what changes were made in the code. But of course, we are open to questions if anyone has questions about what actually was done in the hard fork. But it was basically patching some exploits, mostly regarding deposits. So let's just say that's why we didn't talk about this before. I mean the details, because before it was patched, somebody could abuse the deposit code and earn a lot more interest that they were supposed to. So that was fixed and patched, and it's really great that we found that problems, and all credits go to Axwultis, who did the audit and noticed the bugs in the code.
Great.
So that was that. Then the work on the Conceal vault is progressing a bit slowly, but it's still going on. Now the problem is we're getting into the holiday times, and since we all have families, jobs, and everything, we're a bit slower than usual. But doesn't matter. In January, we are expected to go back to normal pace. And we also expect to have maybe some early previews of the Conceal vault application. We will let you know, and we will let the community know when that will happen. And there are plans on, as already also mentioned, plans on revamping the website. Mainly, we need to synchronize the terminology we are using. So instead of deposit concealer, instead of some words needs to be changed, then some content needs to be moved around, and so on, because right now the web page is a bit confusing, probably for some people. I mean, the info is there, but it's not presented in the most optimal way. So that is something we need to address, and to make the web page more intuitive and easily accessible to everyone.
Yes, and that leads on to the website is being redesigned, yes?
Yes, correct.
Okay, do you want to say anything about that?
So, first of all, there are two separate issues here. First is the content redesign, so basically not redesign, but content reorganization.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I already mentioned, because with time, a lot of things changed. So like we had some options to buy from with the credit card that were tied, and those options were tied to certain exchanges that we are not on anymore. And so things like that lead to outdated info. And as we were adding more and more content, the page got kind of bloated, so some info is where it should not be, or is not so easily accessible, and so on. So this is regarding the content. And the other part is regarding the design. We don't have anything concrete on that part, because we don't have a full-time designer on our team. So basically, we don't have anyone in our team that is a designer by profession. So we will probably need to somehow outsource this and find someone that will propose and do the redesign. As content management and content reorganization is concerned, Cryptator did a great job recently on. He did a lot of analysis on other web pages out there, and prepared a document for us where he proposed how we should organize our content to be accessible in the most convenient way to the user. So basically, we will just follow what he proposed and reorganize everything.
Great, and we'll find out. Well, I'm sure we'll find out in due course how that works out, either through these monthly meetings or the blog or Discord and Telegram and the other social channels for Conceal Network. Thank you, Tagus. Anything else you want to let us know on the development front?
No, I think I covered everything as far as I remember.
All right.
If not, I will.
If not, people can
join back later.
Yeah, well, people can also find out at the next monthly town hall. Thank you. Now, marketing. What's happening with regards to marketing? Who's going to speak to that?
I think 0x has.
Yes, I'm going to cover that. My mic was off, sorry. So, in terms of marketing, there are quite a lot of activities going on. So, right now we have a presence on Crew 3 page. Is a service for communities where any member can complete tasks, and in return they get XP. And then users will be able to claim their XP in CCX at the ratio of 10 per 1. So let's imagine it's really easy to get 100 XP, and that will translate in 10 real CCX in your account. And tomorrow we're gonna have AIM session with Anarchist Deo.
That's Wednesday the 14th of December. That will
be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are a project that funds promising decentralized communities and projects that provide anarchist-like and privacy-preserving tools. And we have a chance to get funded by them if their community votes in our favor. So we would like to invite all Conceal community to attend this streaming, this session on Twitter Spaces tomorrow at 3 p.m. UTC.
3 p.m. UTC.
Yeah,
okay.
In international format, 15 o'clock UTC, Universal Time. Beside that, there was quite a exciting initiative from our marketing team. So we have some flags available, Conceal flags, and they have been produced and delivered to Mr. Quips, that is sorting out all the orders, and they will be distributed to the community members who order, who will be interested in having a Conceal flag. There are plenty of pictures of it on our Telegram and in Discord, and probably on Twitter as well. There are quite a few new articles and infographics that have been created, and by the Conceal creative team. Is a dedicated team just for writing material about Conceal Network and the community. And there is a new Conceal Network Instagram page, and we would like everybody with Instagram account to subscribe to our channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. We are being quite active across all social media, even Facebook, Twitter. So the marketing team is doing an amazing job, and let's see how it goes. At least no one can complain about the activity. Even in a bear market, it's being amazing.
Yes.
And the feedback we are getting is quite good as well. So at least there are a few community team members that are aware and acknowledge all this effort in trying to spread the word about our community and project. And in my own opinion, I think we never did it so good. Even fighting against all these adversities and this food around crypto and the bear market, we are still able to notice new users almost every day popping in our Discord, in our Telegram. So kudos for all the marketing team and
Yeah,
keep up
and the
good
rest of the
work.
rest of the team as well, because the marketing team are only marketing what the rest of the team are creating. If Tigers and his
Yeah,
crew weren't working on development, then there'd be nothing to market. So credit to all of you. And the other thing I want to
thank
say
you.
is this bodes really well for when the bull run starts. That you're doing so much activity during the bear market that you're setting a foundation for when the bull run returns, which could be next year if Bitcoin follows its usual pattern. Excuse me. Okay. Anything for either of you that we haven't covered? And then I'm going to see if anybody has any questions. No? Okay. And we got a couple of people in the audience. If there's anything you guys want to ask, you can raise your hand and ask away or put it in the chat. And if not, we shall move on. Now, one of the things is I am conscious of the time and I don't want this to go too long, but the EU have just announced a proposal to regulate centralized exchanges, in as much as centralized exchanges will be required to pass on the details of their users to tax authorities. Now, this is very, very interesting to say the least. But Tigers, Crypto OX, any comments from you about this?
There is nothing new for me on this side. Exchanges already have those practices. Beside providing authorities and governments with data, they as well have already implemented know your customer policies. Nothing gonna change. They are already doing it. They are just making it official. But imagine any regulated exchange in the last years. As soon as they have like a governmental organization asking them for personal data regarding some user, they're gonna provide it. They're gonna hand it. They can use their public relations to let's say to make things prettier on their side. Try to put some emphasis on their struggle, like we are against this, we're gonna try to make things as difficult as possible, we're gonna fight for our user rights, but at the end they just hand personal data to any authority that asks for it.
Yeah.
And in some cases, like the main crypto centralized exchanges in Europe, they already, by law, need to end any user transactions and balances to the tax office. And I call at least I can list at least 12 countries that are doing it. What happens is people still use like exchanges not regulated in Europe, based in Caymans and Virgin Islands and countries that have more flexible regulations. But at the end, I think we're gonna have a convergence of centralized exchanges to collaborate with authorities and governments. And regarding
Yes.
taxes, we are not against taxes at all. Our aim is to preserve privacy of people. And when you buy a product or you make a transaction, like not open your wallet and your life, your privacy to the world. That's our fight in the right for privacy. We are not sponsoring or making software for people to evade taxes. So regarding, to make a conclusion, there is nothing new regarding centralized exchanges. All people in this boat for a couple of years know already that the future must be DEXs, decentralized
Yes.
exchanges, decentralized ways of people to change goods, to change money, to communicate. So that's why there is this new concept and so many projects and people working around Web3. So where you own your own funds, when you have control over your privacy. So I think that it's nothing new
No,
in this
crypto
aspect.
it isn't new. I think it represents a further encroachment of the authorities into the crypto space. I think there are more risks for people who use centralized exchanges because there's the risk of data loss. All that data gets given to some centralized tax authority. They have more information, and then that data can be breached. You know that it happens often. I know a few months ago, the entire Irish health computing system got attacked. So all their health and services and their social services weren't working anymore because they got hacked. So there's that risk, and I get your point about decentralized exchanges, and I just wonder, is Conceal Network available on CCX? Is that available on any decentralized exchange?
Yes, we have a wrapped version of our CCX on different EVMs.
Right. So
We
like
are
Pancake
available
Swap.
if you use our bridge, cross-chain bridge, you can wrap Conceal on Ethereum, on Polygon, on Binance Smart Chain, and on Avalanche. And then you can use a decentralized exchange like AnySwap or SushiSwap, do your transactions, and then if you want a privacy-preserving gateway, you can wrap the Conceal back to the main chain, and the main chain is untraceable and totally anonymous.
Right. Okay. Good. Because
At the
without
moment, is the
privacy,
only
there's
way.
no freedom. Yeah.
It's the only way. Of course, if you use AVM like Ethereum, Polygon, or Avalanche or Binance Smart Chain, on those networks, you're gonna leave a trace. There
Yeah.
is no way around.
Not
Independently of privacy tools you use on those chains, there is always a possibility of someone tracing your transactions. In the future, we are working hard to have atomic swaps, and atomic swaps will open doors to have direct swaps with other chains, and it will open doors as well to a DEX, to DEXs that operate cross chains. In that case, let's say we could have a DEX just with privacy coins. It's totally possible. We have been already on BISC. We could get back to BISC anytime. But the thing is, we have no volume there. People are still not awake enough to. I think people still didn't feel the need to embrace 100% decentralized exchanges.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Uniswap or any swap or liquidity pool you have in EVM platforms. I'm talking about real decentralized exchanges. And unfortunately, Biscuit, it's a project that has almost no volume at all. So people keep preferring to use centralized exchanges.
Yeah.
And with KYC or not having KYC, they still use centralized services for the comfort and commodity of using them. But definitely is the future.
Definitely the
so
future.
there is no way around it. So we believe atomic swaps will be part of the puzzle.
Yes, and for people who don't know what atomic swaps are, So on Uniswap, you can change ERC20 assets. On Polygon, you can exchange Polygon assets. On Binance, on PancakeSwap, it's BEP20 assets. So they're all on the same chain. What an atomic swap allows you to do is to go exchange from one cryptocurrency, say Bitcoin, with Litecoin peer-to-peer without any centralized entity like in a Scrow service like you have with local Bitcoins or a centralized exchange. So it's fully peer-to-peer. So for example, I would send Tagus some Bitcoin, and Tagus, he would send me some Litecoin. And done properly, the transaction goes through for both of us, or it doesn't go through at all. So it's safe, secure, fully decentralized, peer-to-peer, cross-chain transactions. And I do know, I'm going to say this, forgive me, but I know that two other members of the BPSAA, Pirate Chain is now available on Komodo's Atomic Dex, which is a true atomic swap decentralized exchange. Just had to get that in. I'm sorry. Okay. Now I'm conscious of the time, CryptoX. Thank you. Tagus, anything you want to say just to finish up?
Well, I was going to add a few things about exchanges and regulations, but we are probably already too long. So
do you want to say something? A few points or something that we haven't covered.
That maybe all this is basically barking at the wrong tree. I mean, I totally understand they want to collect taxes and have the money for running the state and the government, but this is not all that regulations should be about. I feel it's that sentence that was said, like, privatize profits and socialize losses. Now, of course, as ZeroX said, we already had KYC, and I'm sure most exchanges already were in contact with different governments, at least with major ones, and regulations should also make sure that exchanges are not fraudulent, that they are operating properly. For me, this is regulation, not tax collection, they should protect customers. Why do we have governments? We pay taxes in exchange for healthcare, for educational system, for protection also.
Yes.
So we have military, we have police officers, and we should have regulations. Regulations should make sure that citizens of each state stay protected and are not prey for criminals who basically abused crypto, so to speak, for personal gains, exactly because there were no regulations there for a long time. And
yes.
There still are not. This does not mean that I'm pro-regulation, like hardcore regulations, but if they are going in this way, they should at least make sure that they protect the ones that need protecting. And this is regular customers, random Joes, not the people in power. They already are protected.
Yes. Tagus, that is such a terrible, terrible old-fashioned point of view that government should serve people. Really, what's happening more and more is the people are there to serve the government.
Well, but
I'm being tongue-in-cheek with you.
We have democracy. We are
apparently, Tagus,
our representatives that are supposed to serve us. Then, I mean, otherwise, why are we selecting them? Yeah,
that's
I
right.
know what you mean. That's like that's how it's supposed to be, but most of the times it's not.
Yeah, and there is this drift towards authoritarianism, and I think what will happen is privacy cryptocurrencies will have their day. They will become increasingly popular, and I include here, of course, Conceal Network, because you have other services as well, and also there's no way around human ingenuity. Human ingenuity will always work it out, and it has done throughout history. Okay. CryptoX, Tagus, thank you so much. We recorded this on Tuesday, the 13th of December. This is the December Town Hall update for Conceal Network. I'll have all the links in the description below. If you have any comments or questions, please do put them in the description below. If you hold CCX, or you like CCX, or you don't hold CCX, but you just want to support my channel and support this project, give me the ticker symbol CCX as a comment. If you don't know what else to say, I will take CCX ticker symbols as comments. And CryptoX, thank you so much. Tagus, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a really, really great Christmas. I look forward to seeing you in the new year. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with CCX profits. This is CryptoX, and Crypto Tagus and Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye bye.